그 식순을 간단하게 말씀을 드릴게요. 모더레이터 인사 말씀과 게스트의 인사 말씀 그리고 질의응답 후에 그 다음에 포토타임을 잠깐 갖도록 하겠습니다. 우선 위원장님 말씀해 주세요.
네, 안녕하십니까. 주방위원장 이용관입니다. 제가 어떤 설명은 굳이 하지 않겠습니다. 너무나도 잘 아시고 계시기 때문에 간단하게 두 분.
Now you see what I have to deal with all the time. 안녕하세요. It is a real pleasure to be here in Busan. Thank you, President Lee, and for showing our film, The Lady. I am very proud of this movie. We believe that it's a very important story to tell because of who Do-soo is and because of all that she is fighting for with words, for freedom, for democracy, for human rights. I hope most of you have seen the film and that you like it and will help us spread the word so that there will be more awareness and the spotlight will be on Do-soo and the people in Burma. Thank you.
It's my first time and I really enjoyed it. So far I'm just working, so I'm looking tomorrow to be able to visit a little of your city. And I'm very glad to be here. And can't wait to answer your question.
Pleasure of meeting Do-soo last year in December when she was released from house arrest, maybe about to pay our respects to her. I was the only one who was given, who was allowed in. At that point, Luke and Virginie and everybody in the film was rejected. So I went, and I must say, I was very nervous. I was exceedingly overwhelmed. And then in the end, I just felt I had to. And when I was there, she made me feel very welcome, very at ease right away. She threw open her arms, gave me the biggest hug. And for such a slender woman, she's strong. Every time she spoke, she was always very optimistic. She always had a very ready smile. And you feel that this person is very, very caring. Her house was filled with her NLD members who were equally optimistic and happy. At one point, I couldn't help but ask them, aren't you angry that, you know, you've been in jail for 15 years, you've been in jail for 11 years, you've been in jail for, 4 years. And they say, our anger is in the tree. And when we need it, we bring it down and we fight with words. So they're very inspirational. And for me, the trip to see her was just worth having that time. I had to speak it not like a foreigner, not like a Chinese girl trying to speak, Burmese. Then the other thing was I learned the piano, I learned all the tools that was necessary to step into her shoes. But apart from that, it was really to understand where that strength, how this love from her husband enabled her to be so committed. Her family, the people around her, made her the stronger person and to be able to stand there. When I was learning the Burmese, one day I gave the text to Luke. And I think if anybody saw it, you wouldn't know whether it was in English or in what language it was. Because, first of all, I had to do it in pinyin, sounds like. And then after that, it was the inflection. Where you go up, where you come down, that stresses the emotion or the word. Then, of course, you have to understand exactly what you were talking about so that you can be sincere with it. And of course, at the beginning, I asked the teacher, where do I pause? It's like in the English language, I say, dear friends and family, thank you for coming today, full stop, right? Then she goes, oh, it's very easy. You go, yahan shinu piduludu abando, abuludu asia wepoejiha, piduludu yeshandago, dega balonga di auto kopiata laida babe. Then you go, okay. So basically, because I was very committed, and I felt that it was my respect and my love to Do-soo and her people that I had to do it right. So basically, I just went away and I was like a little monk. Every day I was in the whether I was sleeping, I was doing anything, it was just diligently doing all that.
real side.
There was a monk also, Shin Gambira.
Sorry?
Shin Gambira, the monk, was also released. Played a big role in the street marches in 2007. Was released.
And Zagana was released.
Yes, one of the first.
Wow.
Because he's been in there for a long time, just for cracking jokes.
So that's a good news, guys.
Thank you for the good news. You know, I think the great news for Dosu was when they started dialogue, because after she was released from house arrest, for the longest of time, they just ignored her. There was no dialogue, and you can't get anywhere if people don't talk. And she's always been trying to have that dialogue and to see how they can move forward. Like she says, it's not about her wanting to get rid of the army, because the army just has to fulfill the rightful role, because they are a necessity in the country. And her father was a general. But the most important thing is she has a role. She has a very important role because she is very well respected in the international world, and she is of a great value to the people of Burma, and especially the leaders right now. So we hope and pray that, you know, there will be bigger steps like this. I mean, the release of Zagana is a joyful news, and we hope there will be more, because there are too many prisoners, political prisoners, still in there.
That's